it's me, JC, here to do something a little different this Saturday. I'm going to pick 10 artists and show what I feel is their most underrated album. If you like this series and you want me to do more, just put it down in the comments below, or make your own video if you wanted to make this into a thread. That would be really cool. I did a cross section of different artists, some rock, some hard rock, and some metal. But let's just dive right in. One of my favorite bands, we'll start off with Anthrax, and I feel that worship music is criminally underrated. I know there's a lot of people that jump ship after Among the Living. There's some people that jump ship after Persistence of Time, and then there's people that only like the John Bush. But whatever era of Anthrax you like, you should listen to worship music. This is just a fantastic album. It was the return of Joey Belladonna, and really every single song on it is great. If I had to do a standout track, I would say check out the tribute to Dimebag, In the End. That song is awesome. With the next one, I had a really hard time with it because I wanted to pick Sunrise on Slaughter Beach, but instead I choose Psychic Warfare. Now, keep in mind with all of these aren't necessarily my favorite albums by this band. It's just which one I feel is underrated. And this album here is the one I spin the most. A Quick Death in Texas. My buddy Aaron, who got me into this band, knows I friggin' love that song. Just an awesome, awesome album and fantastically underrated. Next, this is one of my favorite artists, and he's got so many classic albums. But the one that I feel that many people don't mention when they list their favorite albums by this artist is Ragged Glory by Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Man, this album is heavy. This album is like, it's a grunge record before grunge. It's just an awesome, awesome album. I love every song on it, but I would say White Line is probably my favorite song on it. Love and Only Love, that's another great one. Just an awesome album. Next, guys knew I had some 80s metal, and actually some of my friends, this is their favorite album by this artist. But when you hear most people rank the albums by Ratt, they really talk about the first two and dismiss the others. And I'm going to say Dancing Undercover. I remember the day this album came out, I was such a big Ratt fanatic. And I could not wait, and I absolutely loved it. And I still love it to this day. Great, great album. And, a lot of people dismiss it because they say it doesn't hold up to the first two, but I still think it's awesome. Next is an album that took me a very long time to get into. I'll be completely honest with you. That, I love the opening track. When it was released, I was like, oh, this is heavy. But, I listened to the album a couple times and put the CD back, and I didn't really listen to it. And then some point during the pandemic, I started listening to it and was like, wow, this album is actually really killer. And that's Hardwired to Self-Destruct by Metallica. There's some people that absolutely love this album. There's some people that don't listen to anything after Master of Puppets. I will agree that, to me, the best era of Metallica is Until and Justice for All. But out of the later day albums, this one is absolutely killer. Next, one of my favorite albums by this artist, and super underrated. Most people that you talk to don't necessarily like this album, and that is Echo by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Such a great album. Room on the Top is one of my favorite songs of any artist. That line where he says over $1,000 in the bank. It's like, for someone that, when this album came out, was living paycheck to paycheck. It's like, man, that struggle, as a lot of people do. And the idea of having $1,000 in the bank was like a friggin' pipe dream. But, there we go. Tom Petty. Man, the man speaks to my soul. Next, another one of my favorite artists, another album that I feel is criminally underrated, and that's going to be Magic by Bruce Springsteen. Another one where there's not a bad track on it for me, but Gypsy Biker. Holy shit, is that song awesome. If you have not heard this album, go listen to Gypsy Biker. It is incredible. But the song Magic, amazing song. I mean, I just can't say enough about it. Radio Nowhere, another great one. Just every single song on that album is killer. Next one, here's an album that nobody talks about. Well, maybe Chris Profi talks about it. But Danzig with Red Death Sabaoth. It is incredible. Glenn Danzig goes back to kind of a classic Danzig style. Left Hand Rise Above, the last track on this album. Easily my top 10 favorite Danzig songs of all time. Just an awesome, awesome album. Next, I know my buddies love this one. I know a lot in the vinyl community love this one. But when you run into a Sabbath novice, they don't even claim to have heard this album. And this is Born Again. Man, it's heavy. It's awesome. You know, a lot of people hate the cover. I've grown to love the cover. I can't wait to hear the non-muddy mix that they're going to do. That should be killer. But man, underrated. Criminally underrated. And last, and a lot of people don't like this album. I know that. But I know two people that do. Me and Aaron. So I'm going to show it. And that's Mötley Crüe, New Tattoo. You might be thinking, isn't that the one without Tommy Lee? And that's how most people know this album. It's the one without Tommy Lee. They made one without Vince. They made one without Tommy Lee. Now, I could have done Crüe 94, which is my probably second favorite Crüe album. But you guys know I love that album, so I wanted to choose something different. New Tattoo, incredible album in terms of a later day Mötley Crüe. I'm not saying that it's going to be like, oh my God, this rivals Shout at the Devil or Crüe 94. It definitely doesn't. Those albums to me are much better than this album. But that being said, this is a super enjoyable album. I remember getting it when it came out. I remember seeing Crüe on the tour. I loved the album, loved the tour. Then I kind of put it away, and then I got the vinyl, and I was like, man, I forgot how much fun this album is. It's just a fun, feel-good album. And I think it holds up much better than like Dr. Feelgood. It doesn't have like She Goes Down and stupid shit like that. Well, if you like that song, I don't mean to call it stupid, but you know. Like, you know where I'm going. So Mötley Crüe, New Tattoo. I definitely dig it. All right, guys. Those are 10 albums that I find criminally underrated. Let me know if you'd like me to continue this series. Put it down below, and I'll pick 10 more artists. Or give me an artist you'd like to see. Maybe Kiss, maybe Van Halen. Let's do it.